Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is the news. We are live this morning from the studio, so hit the like button and also hit subscribe if you haven't already. We have got loads to talk about today. Manchester United have got a transfer striker shortlist. Ronaldo wants to go. We're trying desperately to keep him, but obviously there is an understanding that he may well leave this summer, and it looks as though United have got their list of replacements on the desk. They're making phone calls. They're trying to get this sorted. We've got Anthony. We've got, we've got Cesco. We've got Ben Yedder. We've got Neymar on the list as well, apparently. We'll get into that in just a moment. We've got all the latest, like we said, on Anthony, who seems to be United's number one target. And then we've got all those names under there, which we will go through. We will look at. We will, like we said, United aren't so stupid to think Ronaldo is definitely staying. I think that there's obviously that understanding that if he wants to leave, he might leave. So United have to get this list together. United have to go through, all of the top players in Europe and work out exactly who is the best option for them. Get your comments in. Get your thoughts in on this. Who would you like to see come in as an attacker for Manchester United? It may not even be to replace Ronaldo. There's the other thing worth mentioning. Even if we don't lose Cristiano Ronaldo, we still need attackers. We've got one striker that has played, basically any games up front in the last 12 months, and that is Ronaldo. Martial came in and out at Sevilla, came in and out at Manchester United, sometimes on the left, sometimes up front. It's Ronaldo, and that's it at the moment. Yes, Martial's had a good pre-season, but I think United still need reinforcements in those areas. We've got one left winger, one right winger. We need reinforcements, and we'll be going through all of Manchester United's options in just a minute. Is Anthony a striker? He's not a striker, but the rumours are that if he came to United, he would be playing in more of a number 9 role, or that kind of versatile role across the front three. So that's the suggestion, is that he might be playing more of a number 9 role than he has done at Ajax previously. Right, Jonathan David, someone who is being mentioned in the comments there. Reese says, the Paddock is back from down under. Yeah, we are back. We're back in the studio. Me and Jay were back last night. I'm back today. We're back in the studio. Jay's going off to Oslo at the end of the week to go to the game against Atletico Madrid. But we are back in the studio now. And we never left as well. We had Alex and Joe McGrath. We had everyone else here, Stephen Allison as well. Let's get into it, shall we? So this, first up, someone who's been mentioned as in the past to Manchester United, who's now been mentioned again, is Wissam Ben Yedder, who is someone that Manchester United apparently almost signed a couple of years ago. This was when he where was his move? So this is Ronaldo's due back to Carrington, and he will discuss his future with Ten Hag and his team. This is from the Mirror, excuse me. It says that United were interested in Ben Yedder a couple of years ago, and that he is still someone on Manchester United's radar. Anthony's the top target, but United are also looking at Ben Yedder. Back in 2019, Ben Yedder was at Sevilla. He had everything agreed for a transfer to take place with Manchester United. However, United in the end went a different way, but he's someone that is now back on the radar for Manchester United. Ben Yedder is one of those players who has been around Europe for a long time. How old is he now? He's been a sort of a FIFA player and a kind of underrated, underknown player around Europe. He scored against Manchester United, I believe, in the Europa League a few years ago. He's 31 years old now, but he's someone that has always got goals everywhere he's been. He got 70 in 138, so over a goal every other game for Sevilla. He's got 73 in 124, again, over a goal every other game for Monaco. He got just under a goal every other game for Toulouse, over a goal again for Toulouse. But he's one of those players who has been quietly scoring a lot of goals around Europe for the last decade. He's got 237 career goals in 478 games. He's someone that, there aren't that many strikers that get over 200 goals. You look at someone like Wayne Rooney, who's United's top goal scorer ever. His goals are in the 200s. He's one of the greatest strikers of all time. And yet this is a guy who's been, like I said, moving around Europe, going from Spain to France, and sort of doing his thing, whilst kind of never really getting that big move that you'd expect from someone who's been scoring this many goals. So he is someone that United are reportedly interested in. In the same article, this is the thing here. Other names on the list of Manchester United's potential transfers are Neymar, Brentford striker Ivan Toney and Stuttgart forward Sasha Kaladzichu. Let's talk about Neymar for a second. Leave me a comment whether you would like Neymar or whether we should stay away from Neymar, because he's one of those people that just divides, almost like Ronaldo. He divides opinion where you think, nah, he's got to go, nah, he's got to stay. Neymar's someone that I think his career is at best stagnated since he went to PSG, and you could say has fallen off the rails, basically. He's misses tons of games a year through injury. He's got this whole thing where he's off with his sister's birthday every single year, no matter what. He hasn't won many trophies. He hasn't won the Champions League at PSG, and he's someone that is on tons of money, but seems to have fallen out of love with football, if you ask me. And yet he keeps being linked with Manchester United. Again, the Daily Mirror here saying that he is one of the players on United's radar. He is someone that PSG would be willing to sell if the situation arrived. My worry with Neymar isn't his quality, although that does seem to be something that is waning alongside his effort. But I worry about his injuries and his motivation. He's someone that was basically, think back to that World Cup in Brazil. Jay speaks about it when he was there. He's never seen anyone on as many billboards in any place in the world. Like, he was hailed as this sort of god of football in Brazil. He was the next hope for the Brazilian national team. He has been the next guy for 13 years since he was a 16, 17-year-old coming through at Santos. He's been considered the next big thing in Brazilian football. He's 30 years old now. I wonder if he's still got that motivation. I'll get some comments, people, asking your opinions on whether Neymar would be good. Would take Neymar for 15 million. People saying Neymar is a bum. Neymar is facing some prosecution charges. No thanks. Well, we'll see about that. Please tell me this is a joke. People aren't a fan of Neymar. Would rather Firmino, would you? No, we don't want Neymar. Again, people aren't keen on Neymar. And I can't say I'm surprised, to be honest. He is someone that divides opinion, like I said. He's a great player. But if we just have a look at his appearances over the last few years, it's something that hasn't been good enough. So last season he played 28 games, 31 games, 27, 28, 30. He hasn't played more than 31 games in 5 years, 6 years. And I know 30 is a decent number of games, but when you're playing for a team that is playing 40, 50, 60 games, he's missing a lot of games every season. And this is the thing, his return is always excellent. 20 and 30, 28 and 30, 23 and 28, 19 and 27, 17 and 31, 13 and 28. He always gets goals and he always gets assists, but he hasn't played over 31 games since the 2016-17 season, since he left Barcelona. That's just not good enough, if you ask me. Someone else mentioned on that list is Sasha Kaladzichu, who's someone that we've been linked with for a while. 6'7", plays for Stuttgart, 25 years old. Rumours of around a 17 million euro fee for him. He's someone that sort of is persisting. A new name that's been added to the list recently is this RB Salzburg striker Benjamin Cesco, who scored against Liverpool yesterday. Is a player that seemingly has come out of nowhere. He's 19 years old. He scored 11 goals and 6 assists in 12 starts last season. He's someone that I don't know whether it's alongside this goal against Liverpool. It's someone that has been rumoured before that. But he's someone that is now being linked pretty heavily with Manchester United. Again, this is the Daily Mail. It looks as though United are interested in Benjamin Cesco. They're saying no matter the outcome of the Ronaldo talks that happened on Tuesday, United need a star for the future and a world-class youngster to breathe life into Old Trafford. And Benjamin Cesco has been tipped for greatness, prompting Manchester United to monitor his situation closely at RB Salzburg. Apparently Newcastle are also expressing interest in Cesco. Again, he scored a nice goal in the 1-0 win over Liverpool in pre-season on Wednesday night or last night. And I don't know whether that has sort of fueled the flames a little bit. But he is someone that looks particularly impressive. He's of that taller build. I think he's 6'4". He's someone that is, that kind of longer, more sort of large striding style, similar to a Haaland in terms of his, physical attributes. He hasn't scored anything like the goals that Haaland has, obviously. But he got 21 goals and 6 assists in 29 appearances in the 2020-2021 season, with most of his contributions coming at the latter end of the season. It's interesting though how he's, the similarities to Haaland, obviously. Haaland coming through at RB Salzburg as well, and then moving on to Dortmund after that. But he's someone that looks promising. And again, he's not someone that any of us, or I'll speak for myself, I haven't seen a whole lot of Benjamin Cesco. I saw highlights of him against Liverpool. I've seen highlights of him in recent seasons. He's someone that is obviously very good at getting goals. But he only got 10 goals and 5 assists in 36 appearances last season, which isn't particularly brilliant. I think a lot of those goals, like I said, came in a sort of flurry of quick goals back to back. And he's someone that is very much a form player, but I'm not certain he's the man to take Manchester United forward. Personally, someone saying Werner in the comments. Why don't we do our business early in the transfer window, says Saji. Buy players now after the camp and it's all risky. They need time to gel in. Everyone's doing that though, aren't they? It's nice to get players in early, and we did that with Malacia to a certain extent. But City are still looking for players. Chelsea are desperate for players. Liverpool are still looking for players. Arsenal, everyone is still buying players. It always does this. No one, generally speaking, gets all of their transfer business done by the 1st of July. See you later. We'll see you next season. It drags on. That's the nature of the transfer window, unfortunately. I heard he's even quicker than Mbappe in a 100-metre sprint. The 100-metre sprint is an interesting point, and I don't know if you're joking there, but someone like Chris Smalling would arguably have a better build than who's considered quick. Dan James over 100 metres. And I'm not saying he is faster than him, but football isn't played over 100 metres generally. You're not doing 100-metre sprints in football. Maybe once every 3 or 4 games you're doing a full pitch counter-attack from your goal to their goal. To be quick in football, you need to be quick over 10 or 20 metres, not 100. Taller, longer stride length people tend to be better at, or around 6 foot, tend to be better at sprinting. But someone like Neymar or Dan James is short, nippy, quick over those first 10 yards, which is what football is generally played in. So he may be faster than whoever, Mbappe over 100 metres, doesn't mean he looks or plays quicker than him or, skins people more often than Mbappe in real life, because football isn't a 100-metre sprint, is it? It's turning, it's angles, it's 5 metres, 10 metres reaction time. So I don't think that's necessarily untrue, but it doesn't necessarily mean he will seem faster when he's playing football. No one's talking about Ciro Immobile, because how old is he? 29, 30? And when he had his big movie, it didn't work out for him at Dortmund. I think that's why no one's talking about him. Sorry, he's 32, went to Dortmund, got 3 goals in 24 games, and then went back to Italy. That's why no one's talking about Ciro Immobile. There are also talks about Antony, who is someone that United are clearly interested in. We've had multiple journalists on the channel telling us United are interested in Antony. Sam Pilger has recently said Antony edging closer to Man United. There is an understanding that Ajax are now willing to lower their initially unreasonable asking price and do a deal. United about to go back with another bid. That was a couple of days ago. Since then, we've seen Mike Verwij, or Verwij, however you want to pronounce that, or Verwij, I don't know, say that Ajax have upped their asking price again from 80 to 100 million euros, which I just can't believe. It only went up from 60 to 80 about 3 days ago. It's going up 20 million euros a day. I don't understand that. Obviously, he's someone who's on the list. The latest on him is, again, that, reportedly, there is a stalemate between the fee. Manchester United want to pay around 40 to 60 million, and Ajax are asking anywhere, depending on what you read, between 60 and 100 million euros for Antony, which just isn't reasonable. I don't think anyone can say that's reasonable. Obviously, it's their way of saying he's not for sale, but you can't value someone who's done, what Antony has, which is a good amount, but not much more than that, anything close to 100 million euros. I think anyone can say that is ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous. They don't want to sell him, and we shouldn't be looking to sign him either. I don't know if they're talking about Neymar or if they're talking about Antony there. Antony will be at United, this is according to Chris Naylor. He will never be worth more than right now. He's injured, so no rush. It'll be a deal done at the end of August. Look at that. I love that. Just calm, confidence. Guys, it's going to happen. Here's why it hasn't happened yet. They want to sell him. He's never going to be worth more than he is now. And he's got an injury, so no wonder the deal hasn't gone through yet. Love it. Love the optimism. Love the confidence. Maurice Varela, who's been a member for 19 months, thank you very much, Maurice, or Maurice, says, might as well get Declan Rice if Anthony is 100. Well, that's true. But also, we want Anthony as well, so maybe we should just get one player cheaper instead of spending too much money on either of them two. That's interesting. Ajax doesn't want to sell Anthony. Well, they don't want to sell him, but why put a transfer fee on him then? Why say he's worth 60 and then say he's worth 80 and then say he's worth 100? Stick to your guns. If you don't want to sell him, say he's not for sale. Or say he's 100 million at the start of the window and stick with that, rather than saying he's 40, he's 60, he's 80, he's 100. Again, this is according to reliable journalists who have got very good sources at Ajax saying they keep moving the goalposts on how much they want for him. That's not United's fault that they keep saying another 20 million, sorry, another 20 million, sorry, another 20 million. Mohamed Rashid talking about fullback, saying Denzel Dumfries is not as good as people think he is. Interesting. Jordan Clark says, we are Manchester United, just do it the hard way. I don't know, is that United's new phrase, new slogan? So Nike's is just do it, and United's is just do it the hard way. Which actually, I quite like that. Let's get that on a t-shirt. United, just do it the hard way. Cesco looks interesting, and the boys scoring goals, but in a poor league. Cesco and Hugill as future strikers for United, maybe. Again, you've got to remember, he's only 19 years old. He's not going to come in and start 40 games for Manchester United this season. Zidane and Savage. I think it says that 7 times there. Zidane and Savage. It looks like if United don't sign De Jong, Zidane and Savage are United's 3rd and 4th choice central midfielders next season. If that's the case, they're going to be playing plenty of games, if you ask me. Or we might see a couple of them go out on loan between those two and Garner. But we haven't got many midfielders. United need numbers in midfield. I think we could do with more than one, even if De Jong comes in, let alone if he doesn't. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of Savage and Zidane if things stay as they are now, because one injury to, Eriksen or, Fred, or let's say Fred and McTominay injured at the same time, which I think they were last season or the season before, then who's playing in midfield? It has to be Zidane and Charlie Savage. James Woods says, every player is for sale at a certain price, just that some prices aren't feasible. I agree with that, but then why change the price every 2 days? Why put another 20 million on every 3 or 4 days like Ajax are doing? That doesn't make sense. If there's a fee that is available for, I get it, but set it and stick to it. Don't keep changing it every 2 minutes. What happened to Nkunku rumours? I think he signed a new contract, didn't he? I believe he signed like a 5-year deal at Leipzig. I think that's where that's gone. Let's have a look, actually. Yeah, he signed a deal until 2026. Thank you very much, Callum. Yeah, Nkunku has signed a new deal at Leipzig. That's where those rumours have gone. Ronnie isn't the future, Cesco is. I love this! No one had heard of Cesco 2 days ago or 3 days ago. He's literally just been rumoured with United. He's a 19-year-old playing in Austria. Don't anyone try and tell me you've been watching him for more than 6 weeks, because that is not true. There are about 200 people in the world that know how good Cesco is, and none of us are one of them. Cesco is, I love that. Cesco is trash. Cesco is the future. You don't know. No one knows. No one watches RB Salzburg, and don't try and tell me you do. God's sake, I love it. He's rumoured with United, so he must be good. Or, I don't like Man United, so he must be crap. He's a 19-year-old who plays in Austria. We don't know how good he is. That's why he plays in Austria. Jesus. Anyway, right, that's going to be all from me. That's given me a little boost, that has. Yeah, Cesco is trash. Cesco is the future. Yeah, well, he's one of them. He definitely exists. We know he definitely exists. He scored a nice goal against Liverpool yesterday. Manchester United are reportedly in for him alongside Anthony. Apparently, Neymar is on a shortlist as well, if you believe the Daily Mirror. And we've also got players like Wissam Ben Yedder, Ivan Toney, and Sasha Kaladzic on the transfer list for Manchester United. It remains to be seen what happens with Ronaldo, but either way, United need reinforcements. Thank you very much for watching this morning. Make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe as well. If you watch the videos, we are live with all of the breaking news every single day. Any transfer updates, any transfers get confirmed, anything happens at Manchester United, we will bring it to you. So hit subscribe and hit the notification bell as well, so you know when we go live and you don't miss a thing. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you in a bit.